Okay, hello everyone. It is the Midwest F1 League. I am Crash McQueen. I'm joined, of course, by my co-caster Elma Jacko, or Jacko for short. How you doing this evening? I mean, you already told me. Why don't you tell everyone else there, Jacko?
I'm doing quite well. Just woke up as usual, even though it's 12:30 in the afternoon, and it's the best time because it's time to watch some racing. How are you doing, Crash?
I'm doing really well. I'm looking forward to this. Baku is my favorite circuit. We had Singapore for you a couple weeks ago. Now we got Baku for me, so I am absolutely amped.
Okay, so we both like street circuits. That's interesting.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
So why is Baku your favorite circuit, Crash?
Um, I'm a big fan of when I'm racing 90-degree turns. I feel like I those are the easiest for me. I can attack
Uh,
those the most. Even though a lot of the 90-degree turns here are walls, I still I still really, and that's why I kind of like Russia too, because Russia has some 90-degree turns as well. I just really like them, and then the long straight just opens up for kind of double passes, like what we saw Gasly do on oh, who was it? Was it Leclerc earlier this season?
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's just fun. Like it's a street circuit that offers like a good amount of passing, and it takes skill, and it's very fast in areas, and I think it's a fun balance. So I'd really enjoy it. Really looking forward to it. Yeah. But
Yeah.
okay,
There you go.
I had a question for you. I can't remember. Shoot. Oh, do you do fantasy leagues? Do you do much fantasy?
Oh, we got some rain. Yes, I had in the past. Kind of, by the end of it, lose interest in it, and then suffer by the end of the series. But yeah, I have in the past.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't
Why?
know
What?
why.
What are you referring to? F1, hockey, or?
No, well, just I don't know. Period. I'm just curious because fantasy in North America is pretty big, and I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was the same for like Australia or
I
what
don't
they
know
do.
about the big, but it certainly exists. I've done series like that for the A League, which is our national soccer league,
Okay.
even for the English Premier League, but also for V8 Supercars and F1. Obviously, there's plenty around for like AFL for American sports. I think for most series, even overseas, as long as they're relatively popular.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I just needed to know. I had that itch. But anywho, looks
Yeah.
like we're getting out there on track. Actually, we got a moment here. Maybe we can go through the last week's results that we weren't actually at because we were with Division 3. But we saw Jin on the front row, and Bacon's telling us that it's a dry race and dry end of quali, so we might not see much action. We're gonna see drivers come out, but we'll see. But yeah, Jin takes the win last week. Matt Rosie second, and Scuba Steve third. But we were down in Division 3 having a good time.
Conspicuous by absence there is Mystic Joker.
Yes, yes.
Sorry to butt in there.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
got to be
100%.
mentioned. Wow. Okay. So do we know what happened to Mystic? We should probably report that.
No, I'm not sure. Um, oh, he did get hit by Smith Pell, but I believe that was early on in the race. He qualified, I think, like sixth or seventh because he went out on mediums and and then I think he got punted early. Then I'm, yeah, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
All right. Well, Jin now must be two in a row. So that's great news for the championship picture. Although I believe he's had some finishes that make him not even top five. Where is he currently?
Oh my God, I figured it out, Jacko. So I had you a little bit quieter the whole time because I
Yeah.
got echo from your mic, and I figured out how to get rid of the echo.
Thank goodness, man.
I'm sorry.
And I thought I was going crazy because I thought that, and then Mystic posted it, and I was like, okay.
I know, and I knew it was an issue. I totally knew it was, but I couldn't figure out, and I just got it. Ah,
All right,
this is amazing.
excellent.
Because every time that you wouldn't hear it on screen, oh, Yolmir spins and just into the wall, but now he seems to be okay. He's got to wait for a couple cars to go by. But you'd hear fine on screen, which confused me, but I'd hear a nasty echo on you. You sounded super robotic, and I thought it was you, but it was on my end. I was the problem.
All right, good to know. Good to know. I saw something at the bottom then, but I couldn't catch what it said. Was that someone disconnecting, or
Yeah, Super Ninas, I think disconnected here.
I'll provide a invite then?
Let me quickly get the substitutions a shout out here. So Chief Braids is in for Fredhead. So Haas is missing some pace there. We'll see what Chief Braids can do. And Helgelin is out, and the Detail is in. Helg, of course. Actually, not of course, but some may know. We actually had a little Did we? No, I talked to Racing Ginger about it. So Racing Ginger is actually Helg's best man, who's getting married this weekend. So he's busy. Rightfully
Helg
so.
really did Racing Ginger in there. It's one thing to miss a race on your own accord, but to make someone miss a race.
Oh my.
Oh dear. All right. Well, young DJ CJ puts in the first time and goes for provisional pole there, which is I think that's the first time we've seen that for him. We'll give him a quick shout out there, as Matt Rosie comes incredibly close to the pit wall, and Soy Loco now puts it on pole. All these times though, pre what we believe is going to be a dry end to qualifying, so probably not going to matter. But good to have bankers in, as long as you don't wall yourself, which is entirely
Yeah.
possible in these conditions.
True, true.
As a lot of us found out yesterday in the too.
Yes. Yeah, a banker for sure, because you never know how much the track will dry up. Really, I'm sure it'll get quicker, but I mean, it might get more difficult if you try and switch to slicks, and you may find yourself into a wall. Of course, this being a street
That's
circuit,
right.
there's quite a bit of them. Believe it or not.
The wise man has spoken.
Yes. Here we go. Matt Rose is going to come over the line and see where he goes. He goes into pole. Is that Will Ans or JC? I'm going to switch to Will, and it is Will going third.
Will, very impressive in wet conditions in the F2. We'll see if that translates over to F1.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, his first victory yesterday as well.
He was some animal in F2 in the wet conditions. And his teammate JC going sixth.
I don't know if you've seen Nicky's video from the end of the sprint race in F2, but it's the funniest quote. When he tries to pass someone with DRS at the end, gets them, and then comes across my stricken car and runs into it, and you hear him go, "Oh yeah."
No, I haven't heard that. So some solid teamwork there. I saw Yolmir giving Random Serious a big toe down the pit straight, but then Random Serious knocks the wall of turn 2. Maybe you can take us around Baku if you have who's coming around here. Soy Loco just set a time. We got a Ferrari. Who's that?
Of course, the toe for teammates or for anyone is going to be super important around here. Obviously, in real life, Leclerc got pole here this year due to the toe. So, yeah, it could be very helpful. Could also make you miss your breaking point, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, who are we looking for? Murph and...
Looks like we'll go Jin. Jin's just coming down, and he's on an outlap. So.
All right, here comes Jin. Flat sweep is in the dry. Not sure about in these conditions. Certainly not if you have any damage. But yes, here he comes. There's going to be definitely opportunities for overtakes on this straight during the race, and even on the last lap on the run to the line. Here comes the Aston Martin to start his lap. Over the white line, a great place to be braking with one tyre on the outside of the curb and also on the exit there. Very nicely negotiated that. As Will Ans goes to pole. Very nice lap there. A bit deep under brakes into turn 2 for Jin, but does not hit the wall, which is more important than anything else. And a good deal of wheel spin there as well. Very tough conditions. Past the 150 metre braking point and gets it turned in quite nicely, perhaps a bit early actually. And now a very tough corner. You'd think it was pretty easy, but there's not much grip on the braking surface there. Negotiates it very well. And now another very tough corner as Jin's teammate unfortunately bins it out of the session. And Jin with a pretty good negotiation of that chicane there, and now into one of the more famous parts of the track, and that's going to be a corner cut surely. I can't tell actually. Does that invalidate his lap? Yes, it did. Okay, so now he's through the castle section, but not at full pace, so perhaps we should pick up with someone else. Okay, Detail is just behind him, I believe, on a lap. Let's see how he gets through the castle section. Had a lot of wheel spin there in the corner prior to it, as the track is actually drying up significantly, so these guys might come in now. I don't know if it's quite ready for slicks, but there's certainly no spray, so I think by the end of the session, everyone will be on slicks. Turn 15 here is very tough, and you'll find a lot of people ending up in the wall there if they miss their braking point by even a metre or two. Probably the most likely place of damage, other than the castle. I don't know which one's more dangerous. To me, I think 15 is more dangerous. Anyway, now we've got these sweepers, and these also can be very dangerous if you're eating anything other than, fresh tyres with low fuel and in the dry conditions. And even the pit entry can be a bit hairy because you're coming in at such a pace, and then there's a nasty chicane there. But Detail's going to finish his lap, and it will put him 11th. So back at the top, we can see Will Ans, who's got a 3/10 advantage on Mystic Joker, with Matt Rosie and Impossible Bacon on the second row, with Swee and Soy Loco making up a surprising third row there. But of course, only half the drivers really have set a lap time, and it's going to be dry soon, so those laps shouldn't matter, as Scuba Steve goes second place. Unfortunate for Soy Loco and Random Serious to not have the ability to set a lap in the dry. I'll surely be starting towards the back. Especially Random Serious, he did not set a lap time prior to his demise. Don't know if he had a qualifying ban. Do you, Crash?
No, I didn't catch that actually. And I'm looking at all the tires, and Will Ans is the first one to put on a set of slicks and mediums as well.
Wow.
I mean, you have two sets of softs. Why not just use them up? What's the? I'm not sure what the harm is in using mediums is. Mystic takes fastest lap now, still on the inters. Those are actually 4-lap old inters.
There are some arguments to say that mediums might be better when it's a drying track, purely because you're not sliding around as much and you need to heat through them by the end of the lap. But I don't know if the game hasn't, if we give them enough credit so that they've made that work.
Okay, fair argument. I mean, yeah, we truly. I mean, I've never been in this situation to be able to notice the difference, personally. Let's see. Hash is actually next to set a time, unless that's Detail, but Detail might be trying to improve. Still on the inters. He does improve a couple positions as well. Hash jumps into 6th. Super's in the Alpine. Interesting. Did you even notice that?
So when he disconnected, I think he disconnected from Haas, and then it put him back in the only other car that was available.
Oh my.
And then he rejoined. I don't know what's up with that.
Yolmir
Actually,
goes 5th.
I wonder what points will be awarded. Will they be given to his actual team?
Oh
or to
yeah, I'd imagine. So who's the Alpine missing? Smith Pals?
Smith Powell.
Oh, weird. Very interesting.
That could be key actually, because Alpine were very high in the championship, were they not?
Yeah, why don't we just take a quick peek at that? Because you brought it up, why not? So here we go. We've got the Constructors Championship up for you here. Alfa Romeo still leading the way. Ferrari still very close. That actually is technically a one-race swing that can happen if a bad race from Alfa Romeo and 2 decent races from the Ferrari driver. So we got to keep our eyes out for that one. Alpine, like you said, is high up in 3rd with 12:51. Williams up at 11:27, and Red Bull actually the Alpine of Super Unas spinning out and fixing himself on track in a very peculiar spot. I think that's Cake Thomas goes through. No, young DJ CJ going through. But yes,
All
sorry.
right, I've got some information for you, Crash.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So Super was aware that he was in the wrong car, but he could not do anything about it. He tried to fix that. And also, Random Serious DNF'd at the speed limit sign. And he's questioning how the hell that happened.
Wow. This game just does not like him out of the gate.
And Soy Loco saying that sim damage needs to go borderline hilarious. He ran over a curb and got side pod damage.
Oh my.
That was last week, actually. Don't know what happened to him this week. Let's see. No, I can't see it.
Everyone's still on the inters. The track has not dried up enough.
Smith Pell's brother got engaged, and so therefore he is with family. Makes sense.
With the fam jam.
Well, congratulations to your brother there, Smith Pell, if you happen to be catching this at any point. Yeah. And unfortunate for you. How dare he do that to you?
Yeah. So that was kind of odd. Chief Braids was getting a tow by an Alpine, but it was the Alpine of Super Ninas, who's technically his teammate.
Ah.
That was
the
good.
Undercover teammate.
Yeah, yeah, true. It's like
and
the
teammate that can't make him stack either.
Yeah. Oh.
Boy.
Hey, there could be some. Hopefully, there's not foul play from this.
If Super Ninas pits a lap down in front of Matt Rosie, there's definitely a conspiracy going on.
Yeah. Well, this is a weird one. You brought up a good point there. This has potential to be like, but these two teams have no real competition towards each other.
But it would be something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, very true, very true. All right.
So, as you mentioned, everyone currently on intermediates, either in the pits or on their outlap. I don't know. I'd be bolting on a set of slicks and just trying to get across the line at 1 second or 5 seconds or something.
We'll see, but one thing is for sure is that Chief Braids is hooped at this point now. He won't be able to get into the pit and get around track for another set of tires.
That is fantastic terminology. He is hooped.
Yeah, I mean, he's very much hooped at this point.
Super Ninas crashed just in front of him. What's going on here?
I don't know. Super Ninas might have. Did he crash at the end of the pit lane?
Oh yeah. You're right.
Now I can
Everyone
tell you.
pouring out of the pits on intermediates.
I can confirm if that is at the exit of the pit lane. This is detail coming out. Oh, he clears it. My thought is that maybe Super Ninas brought himself out of the pit lane and then didn't look back at the screen, and the car drove him into the pit wall. Because I've done that here at Baku. That is exactly how you DNF at Baku. And speaking of from a person that has gone through that experience. Scavney and Cake still yet to set a time. They're running out of time, of course, here. They got a minute and a half left, just under that. Two very good drivers as well, so I imagine we're going to see some decent times. Matt Rosie sitting 7th. That's a little bit down from what we kind of imagine him to be. Will Ann's up in 2, which is a very good starting order for him. And
he's really turned his season around recently, hasn't he? He was in the drop zone at one point, and now he's just, consistently in the top 10, if not higher than that.
Yeah, 100%. Is that Murph and Selly? No, that's Hash over the line with a 1:53. So he did improve his time. I didn't see a position jump there.
One thing we have to watch out for if there was a VSC or a safety car is that Super Ninas yesterday in the F2 got caught. As I was in the pits coming out, he just could not, go past me, even though it looked like he was ahead of me, because he got Delta absolutely hammering him.
So yeah.
That could be interesting to keep an eye out for.
There we go, Murphy Selly next to come over. He jumps up into 6. That's very well done by the Ferrari. Ferrari have 2 drivers into the top 10. JC's on valid, but he should be able to start another lap. Cake is just going to be barely be able to start another lap. We'll see about Mystic. That's going to be very close.
Is he?
No, he didn't.
So Will Ans has a real chance here for his first Division 1 pole position as Yolmir retires at the escape road, it looks like. Unless he just didn't make the turn.
Here's
Can't
Matt
quite tell.
Rosie. Matt Rosie's nearly a second and a half down, or up. And he goes second. Oh, by 200ths of a second. Wow, that is tight.
Here comes Will. He's 0.5 up. Is that going to be enough? It's going to be pretty close, actually. Depends on his run that he's just had. Bacon's getting a massive toe behind Will. Bacon could get this.
Oh,
Oh,
and
Bacon.
Bacon.
Okay, so he improves to third.
Jin next over.
Jin
Something must have gone wrong in Jin's lap. But that was a huge toe. Wow.
I didn't realize how close he was.
No, he caught up so much ground on the straight there too. Scuba Steve, it says that he went purple through sector 2. We'll see if that holds up. He's going very aggressive through that slalom. Comes around the final turn here and into the straight. Where will he find himself? He goes pole.
Hey!
Wow,
Oh,
crushes
significant margin
pole.
too. Wow, well done.
I think that's
Is anyone else
Scavney
going to
here.
be on a lap? Nah, Murphy-Selly's not able to improve.
Let's see where Scavney can go. Oh, just
Luckily,
11th.
he's got a purple middle sector. Oh no, he's completely missed the apex there of the last sweeper. He might improve from 13th though.
Cake is so far back trying to reach into the toe, but he's just a little bit too far. So JC and Cake are going to finish it off. JC into 11th, Cake into 7th. And that's all she wrote. Murph and Sally into the pit. And qualifying is in the books.
Alright, so they'll all have access to fresh tyres of their choice in the race. That will be important to remember. And also, top 17 are able to go for hardest charger.
So you got 2 Yankees in the 1-2, and followed by 4 drivers part of the Commonwealth. And then I think it's a couple Yankees after that.
British drivers all in a row there, and also Will Ans will be disappointed in himself for giving Bacon the second row position there over himself.
They're friends too, so Bacon's gonna be howling at him for doing so. But final order, we see Scuba Steve on pole, nearly 6/10 quicker than Mystic Joker as the track was drying up. Matt Rosie in third, Impossible Bacon fourth, going onto the second row just ahead of Will Ans on the third alongside Jinnit to win it. Cake Thomas with Yolmir in seventh and eighth, Murph and Selly in ninth, Suey 10th. Matt Rosie's gotten rid of the Canadian flag. I don't know why. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. Hopefully he gets in the interview after this. But anywho, Hash in 11th, JC Blackley 12th, Scavney 13th, Soy Loco 14th, Detail 15th, Chief Braids 16th, Young DJ CJ in 17th, and No Time Set by Super Nines and Random Serious. But yeah, that was a good qualifying. That was exciting qualifying, especially the toes. They really kind of came into play in the end there.
Yeah, it's actually kind of unfortunate how powerful the toe is for a game where you can't really organize yourself that well to help someone else and be in a good position yourself. So it's good to have friends at this point.
Yeah, true. I don't think Will would set up Bacon for that.
I think they would. I think they actually would, despite not being teammates.
Yeah, yeah, there's potential for that, to be honest, yeah. But I see Will being a very competitive guy and him wanting to beat Bacon and not wanting to give him that extra little bit of... I think Bacon got lucky that he was behind Will, and it's just a coincidence that Will gave him the toe to put him over. But maybe we'll get one of them in the interviews after, and we'll see what they have to
Bacon's
say.
very much a qualifying man, isn't he? Because we've seen 4 pole positions, I believe, in F2, which is more than anyone else, but no race wins.
Yeah, true enough. But here we haven't got into the Division 1 Drivers' Championship yet here. I'll pull it up on the screen. So there's supposed to be someone in 7th place, but they've obviously been erased. I forget, I'm not sure who that's supposed to. This is my doing too, so this is a mystery to me as well. So that's supposed to be... No, wait. Everyone is supposed to move up 1 position. Yes, because there's 2 25 place. Oh, okay. So look, everyone from 8 down is supposed to jump up one position because there's two 25th places there. But anywho, doesn't matter. Mystic Joker leads the way. Hash in second still. Matt Rosie in third. Cake Thomas in fourth, as Matt Rosie and Cake keep kind of flopping. Jin has brought himself up into the top 5 with Scavney 6. Smith Pell still up in the top 7. Yulmir 8th. Impossible Bacon 9th. And JC Blackley just hanging on to a top 10 position in the drop zone. Random Sirius is sitting there. And those points... No, oh, that is terrible. Okay, well, I goofed this one. I absolutely botched that. But Random Serious in the drop zone, Young DJ CJ, and Soy Loco in the drop zone. I thought I did the math, and then, you know, the little brackets let you know how far back they are. But obviously, I botched that, as I think it's one position too far down. So, yeah. What says you about the Drivers' Championship there, Jacko?
Well, a happy day for Helg may be overshadowed by the fact that he's going to have some serious headaches in terms of the drop zone approaching him, because he's not going to get any points, of course, this afternoon. And, you know, he's only like 4 positions in front of that drop zone, so it could be a little bit dangerous, especially as I believe he's missing 2 weeks in a row. Other than that, yeah, that 7th place Mystery Man is moving up the leaderboard.
And Will Ans is in great form as well, and he's behind Helg, so...
That's right. And Super Ninas is the most determined man not to get demoted I've ever seen.
Yeah. No.
Especially last season.
He's
Ash with the Jacko approach of trying to be the highest placed player who's not Mystic Joker, and then hope that Mystic Joker doesn't wake up or is drunk or quits league racing or something.
Yeah, something. PS4 crashes,
Yeah.
the wheel breaks, anything really. But you know what? Actually, this is it went from a wet quali to a dry race, so there's a lot of different tire strategies out. And I mean, see for yourself, Jacko. It's nearly a perfect symmetrical medium soft, soft soft, medium soft, medium. Like it's just
That's crazy.
It's kind of a rhythm.
Yes, it's 10 and 9. You can't be half and half with an odd number of drivers, but for sure it's basically half split. Actually, one more medium than soft.
If
But
one
we'll see
driver
how that affects the start, because we got front row shared by medium and soft, and Mystic has an advantage on the launch, you'd think.
And now, if one driver found their way to somehow have orange tires, then it would be an exact split. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Well, that's what the colour of the hards used to be until they changed that.
F1. Gee, who's ruining things?
It's so confusing now that there's 5 compounds but only 3 colours.
Yeah, that is. It took me a second to. I thought you were gonna say 5 colors, because of.
Well, I mean, there's 5 colours if you include intermediate and wet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I meant like just the slick ones, and I find it way more confusing to have soft, medium, hard than ultra soft, super soft, soft, medium.
So,
Mystic's
Mystic's
got
got
hyper soft at one point.
yeah. Mystic's got the inside line and the soft tires. If Scuba is able to hold first place into turn 1, I will be unbelievably impressed. And we're about to get underway here, just waiting for the lights to come on. You can see the pit stop strategy. 2-stop looking like it can happen here. Like I said, Mystic on the inside with the soft, Scoob on the outside with pole. The lights are out. Mystic, yes, already is able to take the inside line and the lead. Battling it out is Matt Rosie and Impossible Bacon. Matt Rosie looking like he's going to lose a position. Down into 4th with Impossible having the softs to start. Sends it around the, actually has a full car ahead through turn 2. Mystic's going to try and open up that lead. Murph and Cake Thomas in the middle of the pack, actually, are going at it. Hash jumps up a spot over Sui, and Sui is not going to like that with being on the softs. He needs to be making up positions, not losing them right now. Soy Loco and Super Ninas in the same boat here. It looks like Soy Loco is trying to get past Super Ninas for 14th. Super's really battling it out here, as we got a couple relegation battle drivers duking it out in 14th and 15th. Soy Loco's doing a good job being on those mediums, able to hold the position. And it looks like the conga line has started. Not many passes are going to happen from this point on for the rest of the lap, with there not being a lot of opportunities, and no one's probably not going to want to take that hyper risk with all the walls around. But a fairly clean start. Obviously, some better than others here. Maybe if you want to go through the position changes there, Jacko, maybe what you saw.
Well, I saw Cake have a massive sideways moment on the exit of 2. Must have put the power down a little bit too early. Lucky to only lose 1 position to Murph and Sally. But yeah, he could have ended up in the inside wall quite easily in that white liveried Red Bull. It was a similar story on the front 2 rows, with the soft tyre on the inside getting past the medium tyre, which was on the 1st and 3rd positions on the grid. And we'll see if Bacon can get past Steve, because Mystic is already outside of DRS. It's not obviously available yet, but if it had been, it would already be outside of that 1 second mark. We've seen a pass now from Cake on Murphy on the straight. You would imagine that's a slippery car then in the Red Bull there, because obviously no DRS. The hardest charger so far is Super with +3, although he did not set a time in qualifying, so that would be shared by everyone who's made 1 position at this point.
Do you know how
long
long
3 positions though is cheap grades, fortunately. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, do you know how long the white livery is staying for the Red Bulls?
I've heard 1 month, which is probably till the Jeddah update. That's my guess. Do we like that, or do we not?
I mean, like, we had this conversation last week. Like, give us the bloody option. How much RAM or how much space does it take to have 2 liveries that you can just interchange in a bloody car?
True. And it was pointed out to me that the racing suit wasn't given the white racing suit. It's still blue for the Red Bull.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a yellow flag here.
It's
Super
random
Nunez.
series. Oh, Super, sorry. Did they both come together? Because Random lost the position from that too.
Random might have from trying to avoid, but Super's in a really peculiar spot, and he was actually caught halfway up the castle section. Somehow is able to get out with minimal damage to his wing, but his tires are El Fuego, as he's struggling to get them cooled down.
Ooh, Random loses at the cheap race there and loses the entire front wing at 15. So the 2 corners that we identified in qualifying as dangerous have both claimed victims by lap 2.
Ooh, Matt Rosie
I don't want to be
under pressure here, sorry, through turn 1. Nearly a little bit of contact with him and Will Ans, but they're able to stay clean. But yeah, sorry, Jack, I'll finish your thought if you...
sorry, Random Series was approaching the Swifties with no front wing, and it was very scary. But he managed to get through no problem, so now he'll join Detail in the pits, actually, so Detail must have picked up some damage on that lap as well.
I wonder if it was maybe in avoidance of Super Nunez.
That would be unfortunate.
Super as well into the pits.
Yeah, we'll see. They all go for mediums, so I don't think they'll make the end.
I saw the projected strategy, and they were all 2-stroppers, even medium, hard. So
Will got a healthy amount of curb there in the castle section and lost some time to both the car in front and behind. Jin now monstering his gearbox, and Will be within DRS to defend, so not too much of an issue, but it got a bit scary there.
So Scuba Steve has actually been able to keep that gap around 1.6 seconds. Now, Commentator's Curse is probably going to take place here, so something's going to happen, and Mystic's going to jump ahead 3 seconds, so just be prepared for that.
But Mystic has got 87% ERS, and those behind him have 33, 14, 48, 24. So it's, I mean, he's been conserving, I think.
Maybe just aiming at a 1-stopper here, then trying to do as much as he can to conserve these softs. Which I'm not...
Yeah, I believe a 1-stop's entirely possible, but I think safety car could scupper that depending on timing.
Yeah, you expect a safety car to be due here, really, in Baku. But we'll see. I mean, I'd love to take a safety carless race. I can't remember the last one we got.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
It seems like the last couple races as well, we've had like a safety car with like 4 laps to go, and it's kind of like wiped away DRS for the
Oh,
last.
Scuba Steve with a bit of a sort of a rear end twitch there, but he managed to not lose too much time actually.
What's Jin on? Jin started on the softs as well. Matt Rosie and Will just need to kind of stay close to Impossible Bacon. Their race, Matt Rosie and Will, seems to be really Scuba Steve. A yellow flag through
Ooh,
sector
young
3
DJ
and young.
CJ.
Oh, Will Ann's getting overtaken by Jin as
Safety
well.
car.
And a safety car. Wow.
Alright, I'm going to hop on board with Detail to see the wreckage if he gets there in time.
I mentioned commentator's curse,
Yeah.
but it was actually
Mystic
this.
Pits.
Oh.
Bacon pits. So those on softs opting into the pit lane. Unfortunately, the car is gone by the time Detail gets there.
Yeah.
So we'll have a look. Yeah, people on mediums are shuffling up to the front of the pack.
Ooh.
And
Cake's
yeah,
the
that's
only
going
one.
to bury Mystic and Bacon.
Cake is the only one to switch the hards as of right now. We'll see what.
In fact, Bacon and Jin have overtaken Mystic in the pits.
Oh, what?
He must have changed his wing.
He may have,
He's
because that's
significantly behind.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's no way he got
No, I don't think he got screwed over.
stacked up or something, did he?
I mean, he might have gotten caught in that line where they just release them though, don't they? In online, right? I believe they just release them like into the pack, and then it just goes you through the pit.
Sometimes. But sometimes if you're parked behind a team that's stacking, it doesn't let you go.
I don't think there was a stack though.
But what's the team in front of Alfa Romeo? They both pit? I don't think anyone double stacked.
Well, Alfa Romeo would be third last at the end of the pit lane, right? Because they finished ahead of Haas and Williams the year before, so the team in front would be Williams, because Haas. Did Williams get a point last year? Yeah, they did. No, they didn't. I'm okay.
Okay, I think. Yeah, I think he just had to have changed his wing. Right, well that changes a lot of things. He's now 10th place, third driver on fresh mediums. Everyone on mediums with the exception of Kate Thomas, who's collected hards. So he intends to go to the end. I don't know if the mediums can. I expect they probably can actually, despite your graphic saying they probably won't.
Wait, not my graphic. Codemaster's graphic.
Okay.
I'm just the messenger, okay?
It popped up on your screen, so it's your graphic.
Well, okay.
Alright. At this point, Soy Loco is up 7 positions. Hash is up 5. And Chief Raid's up 4. So they're the main movers. JC Blackley elects to make a pit stop this second lap on the safety car, which is not optimal, but he goes to hard tyres. And it's been very close between he and Super Ninas as to who emerges in 17th place. Actually, it won't be close at all. JC Blackley gets it. Super Ninas will be very happy to have his blue Haas up there. Save!
So do you bring up the most recent? Actually, so young DJ crashing out is I don't know if we mentioned this. I might have mentioned this, but this is I guess helpful to Helg, because that's one of the drivers chasing him in the drop zone. So young DJ not getting free points tonight is actually massive for him DNFing. It's a really rough position.
Random Series is the other one that he has to watch out for though, Helg. So 16th place though for Random Series. Not been the greatest race so far, but he's now with the pack. So damage can be dealt by him. if he's able to face the right way for the rest of the race. Will the safety car come in this lap, do we think? Yes, okay. So it's Supininas versus Matt Rosie at the front. They're going to have to try and escape before the likes of Bacon, Gin and Mystic can catch up. See what they can do. Top 7, of course, yet to pit. And 12th. Matt Rosie starting a long way back on this restart. Actually catches Will Ans out a bit. Yeah, Will's already second behind, so that's kind of worked for Matt Rosie and Scuba Steve.
Ooh, so Chief Bray's already losing 2 positions here, even before turn 2. Sui and Scavney getting that position. Detail's just behind. Random Serious looking up the inside line of Detail here. Gets a far better run out of turn 2. Let's see if... And yeah, Random Serious will take 15th place ahead of Detail. This Random Serious needs to find some decent form here. And put some pressure on Helg, really.
So the pack who've pitted, Bacon, Gin, Mystic, all in a massive line behind Soy Loco and the cars in front of him as well. If Bacon can get through a bit quicker than Gin and Mystic, he could be in a fantastic position here.
Yeah, true enough. But of course, she's got to get past the teammate of Gin to win it, and the Aston Martin. We'll see
Very
how much.
true.
And
oh, Gin has a bit of a look there. That was cheeky.
yeah.
Nothing on there though.
Yeah.
Gin, of course, going for a hat trick of victories, which would be quite something. Not many drivers have achieved that in Division 1. I can only think of 2, in fact.
Sorry, what was that?
If Gin was to get a victory here tonight, that would be 3 in a row, which not many drivers have achieved.
Oh yeah. Maybe
Certainly Honda
Mosser,
and Mystic.
potentially Mosser all the way back in season 1. No,
I can check that.
the best he got. Yeah, the best he got was 2.
So is it just those 2 gentlemen then, Honda and Mystic?
Just Honda and Mystic, and if they won, okay, never mind. So Mystic actually has only been capped at 3 in a row this year. He's gone 3 in a row, then Jin won, then 3 in a row, then Matt won, and now Jin's on a 2 in a row. So if Jin wins again, and then someone else wins at Monza, then it keeps the pattern
Jin
going.
with an incredible attempt here.
Oh,
and
it goes
himself.
over the curb, and yeah.
Yeah, that was it's unfortunate. Happy for Bacon that it didn't spin him as well, because he did get a bit sideways there.
That was a little too much aggression at that part of the
Mystic
track.
will require some new underwear, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Jin now runs in 18th place, which is last. Don't know if he's got a full wing either. I mean, it looks intact, but you can never really tell. It was quite a hefty whack.
Yeah, that's just that part of the track is far too tight, especially at the end of the chicane. If you have the move through turn 5, and then you finish it through 6, and they give way, then yes. But I don't see a move being made through turn 6. Yolmir though making a move down the most popular area on track, the straight into turn 1, and has the car fully ahead. And through he goes, and we'll see if he can open up that gap on Murph and Selly. Hash, of course, is behind, so maybe a little bit of a tow along.
This will be key for Bacon. If he can get this pass done while Soy Loco doesn't have DRS, and he does, this will be great timing to escape from the clutches of Mystic Joker. Soy Loco does not defend. Bacon nicely down the inside and makes it work. Now Soy Loco does he... Yeah, okay.
Oh, he
slots
does
back
hold
in.
off Mystic.
Yeah. And now
We'll
I watch
see.
Mystic Oh, bit of a defensive move there, boy. Soy Loco on the outside attempts the Alfa Romeo Championship leader. Doesn't make it work. So, well, I mean, if he'd have dived that in there, that would have been akin to Jin's move last lap, which
Yeah,
may not have been, having watched exactly what happened to Jin, not the greatest move by Mystic if he tried the same thing.
yeah, 100%. I think seeing what took place just a lap before kind of turned him off from maybe even
A very
thinking
difficult
about it.
move to make, let's just say that. So it's almost better to hang back and get a better exit than someone defending in front of you in that scenario.
And now Mystic having the far better pace on Soy Loco here through the fast left-handers of 11 or 13 and 14, but didn't feel the confidence and maybe that there could be enough
But look at
traffic.
the gap Bacon's developed in that just 2 sectors. It's already 2.4. Mystic will get the move done here, but he already has a gap to close back down.
And Bacon's in ER or DRS as well. But yeah, Mystic could have got it done sooner, but I felt like it was too fast and too tight on track for him to make that maneuver and held back.
Running with the championship focus there, obviously you don't risk yourself in that scenario. And Kate Thomas pounces on Soy Loco as well. There's a little bit of contact. As Jin clearly doesn't have too much damage because he sets fastest lap and passes JC in one lap.
Gets super as well. And Matt Rosie actually going in for the lead on Scuba Steve. We didn't even see that. I had no idea he was that close. Yeah, gets it into turn 3. And we'll see if he can break away. Will Ans is just hovering at a second in DRS. Impossible.
Yep. Wow, great traction and swooped past Murph and Selly. This could be a race-winning effort from Bacon. You can't quite tell yet. As there's contact, that was a commentator's curse if I've done one.
I know, collected cake.
Ah, man. So Mystic again escapes in front of him.
JC Blackley gets caught up in cake spinning around.
Oh, man.
And
that's super unfortunate.
And just a couple turns that just spins on his head.
And just like that, Mystic's got DRS on Bacon again.
Yeah.
He'll feel like an absolute punching bag with Bacon at that turn. He can hit multiple times now.
Wow, that's a busy corner right now, turn 6. It really it doesn't seem like it would be, but it's
Here comes Scuba Steve back for the lead in retaliation on Matt Rosie. He's picked up the DRS from about half a second back, and the lead should be back in Mercedes' hands. Oh, it's close actually. Side by side through turn 1 and swooping around the outside is Matt Rosie with a wonderful manoeuvre. But he's got a second DRS zone to deal with here. Mystic is unable to make the move on the first attempt there on Bacon, but he's got a lot more ERS, and I can imagine the move will be done at some point, if not on the way to turn 3. Scuba Steve can't make the move into turn 3.
Oh, and Mystic is right on Impossible Bacon now. Impossible is defending around the outside in a VSC. Is Impossible ahead, or was Mystic ahead? So it looks like Mystic, yes.
Timing was so key there. Now, Ginny's 10th. He was 18th a few seconds ago. What's going on there? I mean, he obviously made positions when
we weren't looking.
Murph and JC got caught up. He was already in front of JC.
Okay, so Mystic, I imagine, is gonna have to pit once more.
I don't know. See, I think that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily the case.
Yeah.
Remember last time we asked them how their tires were, and they're like, "Oh, 40%."
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, 60%, 65." I was fine. No issue. Oh, random series spun out.
Under safety car, this can't be happening here. And no front wing once again. I hope McLaren brought at least 3.
Possible is very close to Mystic here.
If the virtual safety car gets released right here, he's going to get DRS as well, which could be quite something to behold, and it is.
Oh, and he gets a far better run, and
random retires. Where is this exactly?
Oh, was that Cake?
15. Yeah, Cake's with him.
Did he hit Cake? I have no clue, but yeah, it's on board again with Impossible and Mystic, and Impossible jumps back up ahead of Mystic.
Oh,
do they? Interesting.
Surely going for hards at this point.
Yeah, must be, must be.
Yellow
Matt's actually going for
hards.
mediums.
So that's the second set of mediums.
So a
This
two-stopper.
game is known for giving you the wrong tire when you specifically select something, you know? So that
Yes.
could always be the case.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yolmir does go for the hards.
So do we think Scuba Steve and Willands and even Hash intend to go to softs later in the race? Or... Yeah, we've got some significant swearing going on from Kate Thomas towards Murph. Obviously for that rejoin after he spun at turn 6. Kate's still in the race though, in the pits currently. In fact, he may go a lap down it, or not quite, but be close to it. So
First
like it with the
penalty.
first penalty.
Congratulations.
Oh,
super.
super!
We've lost an Alpine.
And that's not even at 15. That's what has gone on there. Oh, Yolmir just goes over his front wing and makes it fly up into the air.
I'm curious. Are we gonna get a safety car? I'd imagine it would come out by now. No, Murphy's gonna be able to clear it, no problem. So will JC Blackley.
We're sticking back in trade position once again.
You know, they shouldn't. I imagine they know that they don't want to fight each other too hard, because by doing so, they're gonna wear down their tires and then potentially take away their chance at a one stop.
Yeah, but I think that the passes they're making are on the straight, so it's actually speeding each other up.
Yeah, true.
And in fact, now Mystic is going to be within DRS of Hash.
Which was a point I was going to bring up with Scuba Steve and Matt Rosie, was to work together and just overtake each other on the straights. And
Matt Rosie's in the pits again.
Yeah. And Jin gets Sui, so Jin's only 7 seconds back of Mystic now.
So Matt's had an absolute nightmare of a couple of laps there. He's either damaged his wing on the outlap or decided to come in, which is incredibly bad choice, I would have thought. Make the most of the mediums and then go to the soft at the end if you have to.
I don't understand what is going on with Jin's race right now, because he's 7 seconds back of Mystic.
He's bounced back immensely.
I know, but he's caught up to Mystic, and as well has made up massive amounts of positions.
As well on Scavney,
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Braids.
Oh.
That's in the castle, and Matt Rosie had a face full of what the hell do I do
and
here?
that's a safety car as well.
Yeah.
Awful timing for Jin, but that will close Jin's gap to Mystic.
Bacon is straight into the pits from P5.
Okay, so Jin...
Scavney follows him in. It's going to be a stack for Scavney.
How bad, though?
Super bad. He's right up his bum. Well, no, he's not sorry, but he's going to be definitely stacking a little bit.
No, he's clear.
Oh, he goes straight in, but they're not ready. Maybe a second there. Will he get out in front of Jin? No.
No.
So
honestly,
worst,
rightfully so, because he was just about to get overtaken anyway.
True.
So how many... Jin started on softs, so he can go from this point on the mediums. Is Mystic going to come in? Because Impossible didn't even lose a position, and now he's got 8 lap fresher tires.
Oh man, I don't know if Impossible Bacon was like right on the cusp of making it in. If Mystic even had a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because obviously Hash, probably Will and Scuba would have chosen to as well, and they were only a few seconds up the road again. So the timing may have been very beneficial for our man Bacon.
Yeah, unbelievable, really. We'll see, we'll see where he comes out when the other drivers pit, but I imagine they're going to pit.
They are respecting the delta though, so 15 seconds may be enough to emerge in front.
But okay, so we got 12 laps to go. Now, if they do pit Hash, Will, and Scuba, do they throw on the softs or the hards?
I imagine you have to go softs at this point. They will last longer than softs at the start of the race, and it probably won't be 12 laps, probably be 11 or 10 laps even, because Craig Thomas has a long way to catch up, and thankfully for him, he can catch up after all that atrocities that happened to him earlier in the race. Top four all look to be entering the pit lane, including Mystic, as you speculated. Softs for Scuba. Let's see what Will does. Are they replacing the wing actually at AlphaTauri?
Hard.
Ash goes for hards. Will to softs.
Oh, and this is gonna be so tight.
Wait, Scuba Steve had an awful stop.
Oh, and impossible.
See, Bacon has to wait again.
Oh my.
So that's exactly the same thing that happened to Super Ninas.
Yeah, I was expecting a drag race, and so
So,
impossible
at this
really
point-
lost 2 positions.
Will is in an incredible position of being on the soft tyre with a hard behind him to defend from the mediums of Mystic and Bacon, with Scuba Steve now going to be applying pressure to those in front on softs as well, with the rest of the field on mediums apart from Matt Rosie on hards. So this could be interesting. Mystic obviously thinks that the soft is going to be not as long lasting as he requires, so maybe Will and Scuba might be in a little bit of trouble. Who knows? Who would you like to be in this scenario?
I mean, Will, obviously. I mean, was that facetious or?
Well, no. Would you rather be Mystic with mediums?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if I could drive like Mystic, I'd love to be Mystic.
Yeah, I'd choose to be Mystic too because of his championship position.
But
even if he retires from this race.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. A snap reaction. Yeah, I'd say Mystic, honestly. Well, knowing the drivers that we have here, Mystic is in a really good chance. Is in a really good position.
Can't even count Jin out, to be honest, because he's now in
Yeah.
that pack as well in 6th place with the medium tyre, which seems to be the tyre of choice.
And he's been just picking positions this whole race, so yeah, don't count him out to pick 5 more to win this thing.
The fact that Kate Thomas is so far behind and catching up means the safety car is going to stay out another lap at least, which
Yeah.
is going to be beneficial for Will and Scuba.
So, if you were an F1 driver, Jacko, what would your helmet be? I feel like this is an answer you know, or you've thought about.
Oh, that's tough.
Okay.
Over the years on F1, I wanted to keep the same helmet the whole way through, but they changed the designs that are available to you over the years, so that hasn't been possible. I would like the one I liked the most was on 2012, 2013, and 2014. I think it was like a blue and gold one with the emblem that I have in the lobby, like currently, like on it, which is like sort of perspective parallelograms. Yeah, it's pretty cool, like a nice trippy design.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but it's lovely to have iconic helmets like, you know, a James Hunt helmet or a Senna or a Prost, always recognisable.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I think I would like to keep the same design over my entire career if I was an F1 driver.
Vettel's kind of done that. He's just kind of changed up the color on his on the halo loop that he kind of has.
Yeah. What would your helmet look like, Brett?
Now I know for sure that it'd be some sort of red and white because I'm a fairly patriotic Canadian and I've always loved the red and white. So I'd have something to do with that. A little bit more than what Latifi and Stroll have with just the maple leaf on it.
Ah.
I'll probably have, like, you know, some red and white dominant helmet, as they kind of pop a lot throughout the car as well. They're very noticeable, I find.
For sure.
But I've also got this really nice helmet that I just kind of pissed around with, and it was when you said blue and gold, that was one of the ones that I'm using right now in my career, is blue and gold helmet. but it's kind of like it's like kind of a a, a neutral powder blue with a kind of silver gold. It's pretty cool. It's a fun color combo. But anywho, screw that. We're back at it here.
Late restart for Will, which is exactly what I would do. And he's gone after a bit of weaving. Very smart maneuver. And look, Bacon pounces on Mystic before the control line. I think it's legal though. He certainly doesn't look like he's intending to give it back. And Bacon is up into third place. And in fact, Scuba Steve now challenging Mystic Joker. Very poor restart from the championship leader, although he swoops around the outside with a lovely maneuver, despite being on a harder tyre than the car that was challenging him. Although Scuba is right in the right in the slipstream there. Good defensive driving there from Mystic, though. He knows exactly where he needs to place his car.
Especially in oh, and there goes Matt Rosie. The first third of the race was so good for him, and then just from that point on, it has just gone all wrong.
Or has. Alright, Mystic's got a bit of a gap there to Scuba, although it's closed down immediately at the next corner. Scuba must have had a bit of a loss of traction there. Oh, Hash was very wide, almost clipped the wall there. Bacon will be sizing this up, hoping he doesn't actually dump both of them into the wall.
Now Bacon's got to try and get through.
Yeah, Bacon's got to get through as soon as he can and go for a British 1-2, which would be something we've seen only once before.
We almost had the full British podium in Singapore. But I'm pretty sure it was actually impossible. We got screwed out of it in the end.
That's right. I think it was Jin followed by Will on that occasion.
Could you peek through and see how many warnings a couple of these guys have? Because it doesn't come up often on this track, but it can happen. There we go. Oh, Scuba's very close on Mystic, but I think he pulled out too soon. Mystic actually had the better straight line speed. We got passes galore in the midfield there. Detail and Soy Loco, Merchant Selly and Yolmir.
I don't think it's going to be a worry. There's only one warning in the top 6, and that's one for Bacon.
Oh, okay, really? Okay. 8 laps left to go here. I guess 9.
So I think right now that's a bit of a chess game in terms of how much ERS you're prepared to use before the DRS is active. And I'd be conserving it if at all possible. Only using it when absolutely necessary. Line astern though, Will is not getting away, and I think he needed to. As Matt bins it. Oh no, he does it in the safe area of the pit lane. So Alpine without points. Ouch.
Yeah, just one of those nights, really. I mean, what else can you say? It is what it is, and then you got to focus on the next track, which of course will be Monza.
True, Monza can always throw up something crazy. Alright, let's see if there's going to be a move made here. Surely. In fact, the closest seems to be Bacon here on Hatch. Deploying
Scuba
a bit too
Steve.
much, so I think Bacon.
He's coming at Mystic here, and Mystic actually didn't get that good of a jump, and the slipstream that Hash is getting on Will Ams is huge. Mystic is forced around the outside, does a good job, uses every inch of the track, and Scuba just can't get the move done. And now
break
Mystic
very late on the outside there, and that's what Mystic has used twice now to stay in front of Scuba Steve.
Now Impossible's holding off Mystic here.
And all now with DRS, apart from the unfortunate leader.
Yeah, there's gonna be. I'm really curious on when the wall's gonna hit for these softs. But we've got a DRS train from 1 to 11, and Cake is only a second and a half out.
Bacon has a bit of a look there. That's scary stuff. All these drivers wanting to make a move, like even down. Swee is in this group. Yolmir, Murph is just slightly off the back of it. Even Soy Loco is part of it. We've got 11 car DRS train going here for the lead.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if someone in front bins it on the
I
capsule
was
section?
just thinking that. Like, that was actually just in my head. Oh, and Hash, very importantly,
Oh,
falls
yeah,
a second
Ash,
out.
that's DRS.
This is
This could be
huge.
massive.
Impossible needs a really good launch here.
The scary thing is, Mystic might be able to make a move on Hash as well, with how close he is.
I think he might. Yeah, so Hash is gonna drop. Is Mystic? Oh, Hash forces
Hash
Mystic down the inside. And
Oh, Scuba wants her to go.
And some contact.
There goes Jin around the outside of Scuba. Mystic was
And Jin.
Oh my god! That's an absolute car park. How did his wheel come off? That wasn't even that big of a contact. Safety car.
No, it was. I was on board with Scuba. Scuba was on the inside, and did you see it?
I thought he hit Jin's.
No.
What happened?
So Jin kind of turned into Scuba. I think he thought he was clear, and just forced Scuba right into the inside wall of turn 2. And yeah, that wall doesn't move when you hit it.
Yolmir is facing the wrong way now, under safety car.
I mean, if there's a time to do it.
Oh, he got a puncture. He got a left rear puncture.
Oh, you must have driven over the debris. Those are only 5-lap old tires.
That's super unlucky. Yeah, he's got no front wing either. I'm not sure which is the cause and which is the effect, but that's going to be quite the long. Yeah, he can't even drive back to the pits at this rate.
Oh my.
This will be very tough to even stay close by the time the safety car comes in.
Was this the circuit that Fernando Alonso had to do that?
Yeah, with 2 punches, I believe.
On the McLaren as well?
Yes. Oh, look at the drifting.
Wow.
The drifting.
Nice.
Formula drift entry here.
Not too bad.
Yolmir could go a lap down here and be 13th and still score very good points, which is better than DNFing. But this is not going to be a fun lap for him.
True enough.
Look at that. There's nothing he can do. He also can't reset the track because that's against our rules. Just don't get disqualified, man. That would be tragic.
Oh,
Look, he can't even turn the correct way. Several cars entering the pits here will go for softs, starting by Scavney, Twee, Murph, Soy Loco, Detail, JC Blackley, and obviously Yolwim will join them when he is able to get there. So 7th down, all going to be in the pit lane. Top 6 will be on at least 5-lap old tyres, which
Come on, Yol, you can do it, man.
I mean, Will Ans is going to make the end with those softs now, but they're not going to be in great condition by the end of the race. He's the only one.
Oh, I'm so nervous for this turn here. Is he going to be able to slow the car down? Yeah, he just does. Oh my.
But the train is approaching turn 5 right now, and he is yet to even come into the pits or even enter the 3rd sector, which he just does now. So, I mean,
it's going to be close.
If he catches the field, he'd be lucky. He might be hoping for another couple of retirements, as hopefully not him.
Oh my, this is nerve-wracking to watch. Oh, I think he might be able to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, but I mean, will he catch the train? Oh! No. Oh,
that's it. Wow. That was a very anticlimactic end to this.
So tough.
Unfortunately.
Will have been hoping that he could have made that because it would kept the safety car out for longer. But, yeah, that's not going to happen now. Alright, we've got 12 cars left. Chaos, man. This is total chaos.
Oh my, tell me about it.
So we've got British 1, 2, 5 currently. What will they plan? Will they help each other? Will they not? They're not teammates, of course. You can imagine the race for victory is between Will, Bacon and Mystic. Hash, who's on harder tyres, has just been overtaken by 2 of those gentlemen. Jin may figure in the battle as well. Then you got Scavney, in 7th, heading up the drivers on fresh softs. What can he do? How far can he make it through the field? Where's your prediction, Crash?
Now Scavney isn't a very aggressive overtaker, honestly. And he's got Cake Thomas ahead of him, who's very good at defending, and Jinnit Twinnett, who's the most aggressive driver on the grid.
The planet.
Yeah. Also true. So, I mean, I think he's gonna... I want to bank on him for picking a position, but I think it's actually harder than it looks, to be quite honest. We'll see. One thing that's good here is Soy Loco looking like he's gonna get points. He's been stuck at oh god, there's Drivers' Championship. He's been stuck at 40 points since race week 5 or race week 6, when he got 40 points in Hungary, and then from that point on he's got 4 races in a row without scoring points. And then to start the season, he went 5 races without scoring points. So this is something that really needs to happen to get Soy Loco off the schneid and potentially give him a chance in fighting for out of the relegation zone. So we'll see.
There you go.
Lots of stories to unfold.
Yolmir telling us that he was trying to make it. He was pushing a little bit too hard so he doesn't get lapped, and that's just what happened. Very unfortunate, because it's going to cost points for 13th and possibly higher if there are more DNFs. 13th would have been 47 points, which is no sneezing matter right there. Yeah, this will more than double Soy Loco's tally if he makes 90%. Let's watch this restart. I'm on board with Mystic in 3rd. Who's going to pounce? Will Bacon pounce on Will even? Hard to know. Will is weaving his tyres. I've seen crashes happen here, people trying to do that.
Jeez.
Oh, Bacon's going to squeeze Mystic. Mystic has the inside line, although we've seen the outside work here before.
Oh, Mystic
Jin's
backs
going
out.
for the outside on Hash. Yeah, Mystic backed out of that wisely. Jin actually makes the move work, which could be key as well.
And Scavney...
He'll be the aggressor as well.
Cake tries to send it around the outside. That is so close. And Murph and Selly actually gets Cake as well. Oh my, that was extremely tight.
Bacon is trying to fend off Mystic as he looks to the inside. Jin is there ready to pounce if anything goes wrong between the two of them. Will is trying to escape if at all possible. It's going to be 2 laps of DRS.
Yeah, I was literally just counting it on my fingers too. Cake's dropped back to 10th or 9th. He's gotten overtaken by 3 drivers on the softs. JC Blackley does have a penalty though. 5 seconds at that as well. Soy Loco is actually forced into the pit even before a restart. So that's a really tough spot.
Wow, Will almost making it outside of the 1 second mark there, which is kind of surprising given his age of his softs. But they are softs, I guess, so they've still got some performance in them.
So
although
now
Bacon is now closing that back down.
It's time. So it potentially Impossible can repay the favor to Will in qualifying by holding off Mystic for as long as possible for Will to potentially get his first ever win in Midwest. But I'm sure Impossible is going to want it as well.
I mean, Bacon's getting that toe himself.
Oh, and Mystic's getting a big toe.
The toe is one of the best ways of keeping Mystic Joker behind you. I'm sure you're aware.
Yes.
As Scavney now passes Ash. Scavney the second Williams, but one on very soft tyres as Jin spins into the wall, retires his Aston Martin. And, wow. Yeah, 11 people left as Murph gets a much better run out of the turn than Hash.
That was very unexpected.
Oh, we've lost Cake Thomas as well into the escape road, I think.
Wow.
Top 3 are still in the same order, although there's now a big gap back to Scavney, but Scavney will be coming at them. This could be Scavney's race even, and I've seen Scavney win races on this game. Not necessarily in Midwest Division 1, but I have seen him win races.
So that yellow is Cake Thomas through turn 3.
Not a very big gap between these guys, and Scavney's actually closing the gap already by 4/10 since I mentioned that he would be coming. Man, it's hard to pick who's going to win. Any of the top 4 have a very good shot here.
Oh, it's super tight. Another yellow through sector 2. Cake is letting Soy Loco by. Cake definitely must have gone under some damage there.
Make that top 5 actually, because Murph is also on fresh softs, right behind Scavney, although Murph may have the stewards to answer to post-race.
We'll see. Impossible's in the toe of Mystic. Mystic is in the toe of Impossible, and Scavney is a 2.5 out. Cake is just struggling his way around the circuit.
ERS enabled. Only 21% ERS for Bacon. I don't like his chances, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, he blocks off the middle line, and Mystic wants to send it around the outside here. Bacon gives him the space, and Mystic with a brilliant move around the outside, and that's just the amount of room that Mystic needed. And
though?
Yes, he does.
He does, but not enough to make the move.
No, Mystic does a good job there.
Back around the outside, this could be interesting.
Bacon's really letting this one go, and down the inside line, he's going to force Mystic into a really tough spot here, and Mystic's going to come back at him, and
a bit of contact.
A little bit of elbows out racing there, but not something that we actually tend to see from Mystic Joker. And especially...
I mean, when you're side by side there, it's very difficult not to make contact.
Yeah, I completely agree, But
now,
I mean...
the key thing is, Will is 1.3. If he can keep this above a second, that could be massive.
But heads
especially if Bacon is within a second and gets back past Mystic.
What's going to happen with Team Orders here? Because you've got Scavney, who's on far better tires, right behind Bacon here with DRS.
I think Bacon just has to go for Mystic on the straight. At least get close on this straight, and then the next straight, maybe an overtaking opportunity. It's going to be 1 lap to go. Will could do this on those very old socks. DRS is going to be open here for Bacon. He's only got 3% ERS though. I think he's definitely overextended on the ERS usage. Yeah, he didn't close in enough.
Oh, and no, Scavney! Scavney finds the wall.
The wall. Did Murph make contact with him?
I don't think so.
How is his wing intact? That's crazy.
I don't know. Murph should be able to overtake Scavney here. That is...
Oh my god. Mystic's gonna get this.
And yeah, Murph and Selly goes up into 4th. This is huge for him too in the relegation battle. So that's going to separate himself from Random Serious and young DJ CJ. Mystic going purple through sector 1.
Mystic hasn't led the race since about lap 5 or 6, and I'm pretty sure he's going to take this right at the end. He's definitely within the required distance. He's got 30% ERS, which will be enough to make a move, and the DRS will be super key.
Oh, and is it going to happen here? Last time, yeah, Mystic backs out. And no,
I think Will wants to give him the lead and then take the DRS, and none of them want the lead.
Oh, Mystic's forced over the curb.
And that's Bacon. Can Bacon send it down the inside? That would change everything.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of a 2 versus 1 here. Now Mystic's a 7/10 out.
Now.
Oh my. Bacon is... I don't even... Yeah, looks like Will Ance is going to come over with the win here. His first ever in Midwest. Doesn't look not enough.
For the 2 behind, but I don't think they're close enough.
No, Murph and Selly isn't. And wow, what a result. JC Blackley
is up in 5th.
He's going to drop.
5-second penalty.
And he's going to...
Yeah.
Oh, even
really
down into 9th.
Because it was 5. P5 there. Ash with an important 5th place there, and the points despite being on those incorrect tyres. Detail, out of nowhere in 6th place. Well done to him. Gavney unfortunately falling back to 7th. Swee with the 2nd Alfa Romeo. Great points for Alfa Romeo despite not actually winning the race.
So
2nd and 8th.
Cake's actually going for fastest lap here. Instead of retiring and just taking 11th place, he's actually throwing a fresh set of softs, and he's going to go for the extra little bit of points. I mean, that Drivers' Championship is really tight up at the top there. We'll see what he can do. He's got to beat a 141.992. Fastest lap right now sits at a 140.642 total by Valentine in the Midwest F1 League. So we'll see if Cake can beat that. That is a crazy fast lap from Valentine. Jeez. Here we go. Cake over the line, and yes, he
got
did.
it. So Blackley looks like he might be contesting his 5-second penalty. I didn't actually catch what that was for. Maybe we can have a look in the race director.
It might have been from the contact with Soy Loco and him. I believe that's what it was. But yeah, the podium celebrations. We see Will up at the top, Impossible Bacon third. Nearly a non-American podium with Murphy just finishing in fourth. Mystic Joker coming over second, almost taking it in the final lap, but just couldn't. Hash going for the hards puts him in fifth. Detail in sixth. Scavney seventh. Sui eighth. JC Blackley ninth. Soy Loco 10th. Cake Thomas coming over with the fastest lap, nearly taking the Midwest record, but 6/10 off in 11th. And Jinnit Twinnett looks like he's going to get points in 12th. And the DNFs goes, last to DNF was Yolmir, then Scuba Steve, Matt Rosie, Chief Braids, Super Nias, Random Serious, and Young DJ CJ.
I believe Detail with the hardest charger, 15th to 6th. So very impressive drive by the Mercedes man.
So 4 pit stops from JC Blackley and Soy Loco. The 5-second penalty to JC Blackley was, let me see. On lap 22, severe collision with Soy Loco. So
the other thing to note is that Murphy was 4.9 in front of Hash, and if he gets even a 5-second penalty for that regional, maybe Hash up in fourth. So a Ferrari swap there.
So it looks like Detail is the hardest charger here.
I believe so.
So we'll get to our podium here. See, wasn't that fun, Jacko? Wasn't it? Like,
super fun.
Yeah, it's Baku, man. It's just it produces a good time.
Depends who you are, though.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, for viewing pleasures.
Yeah. We've got a report here against Jin from Scuba Steve. I'll have a quick look at that. Must be for his retirement, I would imagine. Oh. That was quite ugly.
I guess I should take it off of that screen. Okay, so Baku's in the books. Another amazing installment of what Azerbaijan has to offer in a racetrack. Now, next week, I think we're back in Division 2 there, Jacko.
Okay.
Yeah, Division 2. in Monza. So that's going to be fun.
Quick as well. It's the quickest race of the season, I believe, if it's obviously not wet.
Yeah. We get a little bit of a sneak peek. I don't think that's our last time in Division 2, though. I think we have one more time after that. Yeah, so we after next week, we have one more race in Division 2, but we're kind of starting to get a little bit of a peek on what we're going to get. What we're going to get in the in Division 1 next year for those that might get promoted.
Very true. I think that'll be interesting to note.
Just waiting on one more driver here.
Let me get some intel on other results. Nicky doesn't seem too happy with his Division 2 effort, unless he clarifies things soon. I think he's ended up ninth. I'm getting word that only 7 people showed up for Division 6. What?
What the hell? What in the world? That's not like that.
That's a very odd.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the Drivers' Championship one more time, quickly. Random
Oh
series.
man, 3 people finished
What?
with an Aston Martin 1-2 in stark contrast to the Division 1 standings.
Oh my. In Division 6?
Yeah.
What in the world? How many people checked in? A lot more people checked in. Weird.
Unless they all got pulled up for replacing people.
Yeah, potentially. But anywho, Drivers' Championship in Division 1. Random Sirius and Young DJ CJ, DNF, Murfincelli and Will Ans with very high up finishes. Super Ninas with a DNF, and Helg with no points gained. Soy Loco getting a top 10 finish here, I believe, actually. So he's going to get some more points and close the gap a little bit. So Random and Young DJ kind of falling back a little bit, and we'll have to see how much that changes things in 2 weeks' time when we are back with Division 1. And where's the schedule? So we're 2 weeks away. We'll be in Portimao. Ooh, we'll be in Portimao, Jacko, with Division 1.
Okay. Quite a tough track. Hugely undulating.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, well, it looks like we got everyone in the interview, so we'll drag them all in. Okay, hello everyone. Can I get mic checks? Detail, are you good? Detail.
Great start.
Man. Oh, there we go.
Okay, waiting room it is. Detail, you're good?
I'm good.
Impossible.
Yo, I've worked in the bud. That's not what's that.
Will, I'll get to you. What? Where'd Impossible go? Impossible. Oh my god.
We good.
You're good. Oh god. Will Ans, you're good. I can hear you. Mystic.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Alright. Everyone's here. Baku. It was a fun one. Alright. I had a good time. Jacko had a good time. And Jacko's a grump too. He doesn't like to have fun. So that says a lot. But anywho, we'll start with our race winner, the first time ever in Midwest, back-to-back days actually. So was yesterday your first win ever in Midwest period, Will? Will?
Can you pass me a second, please? That's it.
Can you what?
Come back.
Come back to you in a second.
Oh.
Okay. Alright, we'll start with second place. Mystic Joker! You're back. Okay. Alright, Mystic. It's been a little while since we've talked to you last. Now Jin's found a little bit of form, but I'm sure it's with some sort of undoing by you, I guess, for Jin to win back-to-back races, and now another Brit to take a win here in Baku. What's gone wrong with your last 3 races for you to kind of fall out of the winning form, even last 4 races?
I actually don't even remember. Hold on, let me see the schedule. To be honest, so I mean, yeah, Japan. I mean, Japan. Horrible performance from me. I didn't practice at all. I didn't have a setup. I didn't. Yeah, that was bad in the break week. Then Singapore. I don't remember what happened in Singapore, to be honest.
I don't either.
Silverstone. I don't remember
You
either.
ran into the back of Hash at Singapore. That wasn't your fault though.
Oh, right.
That
That's what
damage.
it was. Yeah. That one. Yeah. So the safety cars were pretty annoying, and then yeah, ended up coming out behind Hash and Will, and I ended up running into the back of Hash and had to change out my wing and all that. And Silverstone, I don't know. I mean, the form's there. Apart from Japan, the form's definitely been there. It's just unfortunate circumstances that keep on happening. So,
Yeah, just luck.
yeah,
It is what it is.
it's a rough patch.
Are you calling your shot heading into Monza next week?
I mean, I'm always gonna be confident going into every race. You know, you gotta have confidence. Confidence equals speed. So, you know,
Fair enough.
always gonna be aiming for first place for sure. And I mean, if that happens, we'll see. You know, obviously, I think today kind of showed a lot of things can happen. But yeah.
True enough. True enough. Now, your qualifying took you second behind Scuba Steve. Did you feel like that came down to the track just getting quicker and you just couldn't time it because you missed out by what it was like a quarter of a second to come over the line?
I actually got held up by my teammate. Unfortunately, I was kind of upset.
What a shithead.
Yeah, for real. But no, unfortunately, I was trying to see if the slicks were gonna be ready to go at the very end, and if not, then obviously go out for one final attempt on the inters like last second, and things got a little bit mistimed. As I hit to, he came into it and I got held up. So yeah, I just barely missed out by a few seconds, but yeah, definitely feel like I would have improved and for sure challenged for pole.
Okay.
Either way, one hell of a lap by Scuba Steve. Nailing the right lap in changing conditions.
Fair enough. All right, Jack, if you don't mind, we're gonna kick it to Will, and then you can come back to Joker after. Will, of course, did win this race. Are you good now, Will?
Yeah, I should be good as long as my phone doesn't run out of battery. Well,
Okay, fair enough. So now let's start with qualifying here. Or actually, no, yes. So yesterday you got your first win in F2. Was that your first win ever in Midwest? Yesterday?
I've
Division
won a
2 champion,
I've won a well, yeah, there's that.
Oh, Div 2 champion. Oh.
I've won
Never
quite a few
mind.
last season,
Okay.
but I did Div 2
All
didn't
right.
count.
Get rid of it. Whatever. Bad question.
Yeah, I've won an F2 sprint race before, but never the feature. So that was my first F2 feature win, I think.
Okay, so yeah, the important one. All right, and then you backed it up with your first Division 1 win. Now, you said, we talked to you a couple weeks ago. You said you're starting to get more form and to get better at this game. Now, have you just continually been improving? Like, is that form and I mean, do you still think you're getting better, or are you nearing your peak?
I think I plateaued a bit, but now I feel like these past couple of months I've really started to sort of start improving again. So yeah, I'm just really happy with the form. It's more just you gotta just put yourself in the right place in the right time. I just didn't bin it. I had Uncle Ben could have won that, Matt Rosie could have won that, Jin could have won that, but they all made mistakes.
Fair
It's getting
enough.
that consistency.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, did you know that you gave Impossible a massive tow in qualifying?
Yeah, well, I lost it coming through the S's. Somehow managed to keep the car going. I don't know how. Then I looked behind me and it was Impossible, and he was in the party, and he was like, "Don't move, don't move, don't move." I was like, "Okay, I'll just go in a straight line. I'll just go in a straight line."
Oh my. So it was accidentally on purpose in the end.
Well, no, I knew it was Bacon behind. So if it was like Hash or someone, I wouldn't have. But oh yeah, it's Bacon.
Okay, fair enough. So friendship takes over in the end. Right?
Didn't stop him from beating me anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, Jacko, what do you got for Will?
Well, Will, I know you've won races before, but Division 1 now, a victory. How does that feel, and does it make all the races which were DNFs and hard luck, does it make them worth it?
Yeah, I mean, I struggled at the start of this game, and then they patched a few things, and yeah, I'm really starting to hit the ground running now, and I'm happy I've now got the results to show for that now with the victory. But yeah, I really didn't think I'd be getting a win unless a lot of crazy stuff happened with Mystic, because he's just a bastard.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, no matter how well you drive. You'll have 10 laps left. You'll be like, I'm in a good position, and then you'll just see Mystic Joker appear on the leaderboard in purple, because of course he's already got the fastest lap by now. And well, never mind. I'll just go home.
Fair
It
enough.
does sound very familiar.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. All right, well, man, well done. What's your confidence going into Monza next week?
I mean, it shouldn't be anything other than really high. So yeah, just go and see what happens. There's not much for me to strive for really in the championship now, because of how badly I was doing at the start of the season, and I missed a couple of races. So, but I want to just pick up that form, and then hopefully go into next season with no Mystic and see what we can do.
Okay. You can't do away with them. Yeah. But anyway, well done, Will. Best of luck next week in Monza. I'm sure we'll be talking to you again by the end of the season.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jack, do you have that question loaded for Mystic?
Yeah, just a quick question, Mystic. Did you have damage in that first stint? Because we saw you drop from first to net third in terms of the guys who pitted.
Yeah, I ended up. I don't know what happened. I don't know, just went blind, I guess, or something, man. But lost concentration for a split second through Castle, and I barely tapped the one of the walls. I'm actually surprised that I didn't get more damage. But yeah, I had to replace the wing.
Yeah, that's, we wondered why you dropped back, and we never saw that damage. So it does check out. Fair enough.
Yeah, luckily I thought I was gonna get side pod damage because of the way that I kind of tapped the barrier there, but luckily didn't get that. Just the damaged wing. But yeah, and after that, man, yeah, it was just doing everything that I could to try to get back closer to the front. Some very, very intense racing. That my heart was pounding for a lot of those laps, for sure. Especially when I had Scuba right behind me on those fresh softs, and I was just having to be really tactical on my ERS, and only and defending hard but fair, and managing to just stay ahead.
We did notice that you were conserving ERS, and also those fantastic moves around the outside to hold position at turn 1. Very impressive stuff, and also keeping the championship in the back of your mind. So I think second place is a great result, despite the fact that obviously you had a chance at the win there at the end. But yeah, fantastic second place.
Yeah, thanks, appreciate it, and also massive congrats to Will. I mean, one hell of a drive from him. It's good to see new faces, winning and picking up for him, and yeah, congrats to Bacon as well.
Thank you, bro.
Speaking of Bacon, we'll get on to you now. So that toe in qualifying was absolutely massive for you. I mean, it ended up not making too much of a difference on the way that the race finished up, seeing how many safety cars there were. But I mean, Will got you in the end. But do you think that you still owe him one, or with the race win, does it just kind of go into the history books?
Nah, he owes me 2 now.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I saved his position at Singapore, and then I saved it again here. So he owes me big.
I mean, you were only there because of the tow, though, weren't you? Let's be honest.
No.
Yeah.
I could have disappeared.
Ooh.
But I wanted to keep you in
Trouble in
slipstream, mate.
paradise.
Grr.
I baited.
Grr.
I was just baiting this argument.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, Will, you owe Impossible, from what I understand. But yeah, Impossible. Anywho, you get the podium. Now.
Impossible. Ever get yourself in a position to win sometime in the next 20 years, and I'll help you.
Okay.
You could have just let him through today. That would have been enough.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I mean, what are you talking about?
I missed it.
Fair enough. I mean, okay.
I'm only joking.
So, I've completely lost my train of thought. All right, Impossible. How close do you think you are to that win? What do you think you need to do to get to that win? We'll start there. Actually.
Honestly, today is probably the closest I'm going to get for at least the rest of the season, because I've got some really bad tracks for me coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which ones?
God, I hate Monza.
You just drive straight and turn right every now and then.
Yeah, but the curb, it launches you into space.
Hey, it's car.
Okay.
Portimao, I've had some shocking races at. USA is probably my best track coming up.
Wow. And then obviously, or what about Imola then? Have you got much time into that?
I'm okay. I could keep it out of the grass and gravel, but I mean, I'm not consistently quick.
So Baku was like one of your sweet spots then, hey?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just go well around street circuits apparently. I guess everyone's so scared of the walls and losing a wing that I kind of capitalize on that.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess, yeah, there are no more street circuits for the rest of the year. Maybe you can put in some sort of petition to get more in for the next season schedule. But now, how far? You guys are still fairly in the Constructors Championship, are you not? Alpine had.
I think we're 100 behind Alpine.
Yeah, Alpine had no points today, so this is a big day for Williams. You guys might jump up into third. Ferrari having a big day, so that's going to be tough to get second. But I'm assuming second is your eyes from this point out for the Constructors Championship. Now, what else do you, I mean, silly question, but what else do you and Scavany need to do to kind of to get to that second position and beat Ferraris? Obviously, you got to beat Ferraris, but what is there anything else that you know that needs to be done?
Keep it consistent and out of the way. We had a really good position up until the last lap where Scavany got, I believe, understeer and just hit the wall. Unfortunately, somehow didn't DNF.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just keep it consistent with being in the top 5, which we can do quite easily, I'd say.
Yeah, you got a very well-rounded team. You guys are going to be separated. I think you're going to overtake Scavany now, but you two are consistently in the top 10, and you're very tight on points. So you're one of the more well-rounded teams in the division. So best of luck to you. Won't you take it away there, Jacko?
Yeah, I can attest to the point about Bacon being very good at Baku, even last game with a victory there in a different league. Very impressive. But yeah, moving on to today, a podium, a fantastic result, but surely you could have had a go at Will there at some point, or were you at that point already trying to just make sure that someone beat Mystic?
I think I was just so focused on keeping Mystic behind because he was putting so much pressure on me. I just needed to at least keep him behind for as long as possible, which I did for quite a long time, but then we got to the chicane, and yeah, I just couldn't leave too much space. I left too much, and he got through.
And then turn 16 on the last lap was probably key to Will holding the lead with DRS being available to everyone else, and you sent it up the inside of Mystic there a little bit. Was that, do you think, the difference maker tonight?
Maybe. I mean, they had what looked like a horrible run past Castle, so if they kept that going up till the last turn of like 16 and then flat all the way to the line, I might have won, but I had no ERS to even capitalize on it, so...
Yeah, for sure. We saw that you were using up ERS quicker than everyone else. Perhaps that's something to work on in the future. Congrats anyway. Double British podium is something that's surely very patriotic for you guys, and even Jin, who didn't make the end. So congratulations.
Always Jin letting us down.
Despite winning the previous 2 races. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll get on to Detail here if you're still there, Detail.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now you actually came up in reserve this evening and go on to take the hardest charger, which is huge points for you. So why don't you tell us how big this will be for you down in Division 2?
Pretty big. I've had a couple. I mean, I've had good races. I've just had like a couple incidents that, near the end, and it's kind of put me back in the positions, but just a little time to recover, right? But yeah, like this was huge. This is huge because it's basically equivalent to. I think I looked at the points. I think 6 was equivalent to a win in D2, and then the hardest charger. So definitely helpful.
So now, okay, yeah. So Division 2 is gonna help you out a lot. You're kind of in position to get to be in the hunt to go into promotion.
Yeah, I'm just a bit.
You're right there. Actually, this will be big for you. We have no idea how Division 2 went this evening, but you might actually be in the position to go up after this race, and then stepping into Monza next week, we'll actually be viewing you again. Are you gonna? What's your confidence going into Monza? To keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, I like Monza a lot better than here. Here was for me. I don't do typically well on street tracks. This one's kind of. I mean, it's out of the ones we have, probably my best one. But I don't know. I feel all right, but it's D1. I haven't really run a lot with the guys there. It's different when you don't know. You're not familiar because you're not always racing the same guys. So I tend to be a little more careful and giving guys a bit more room because I just don't know their tendencies. So there's that. But I feel confident that I can pull a decent result anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully we can see it next week. Like I said, Jacko and I will be on board to watch it. So maybe we'll see a back-to-back races where Detail finds himself in with solid points, and maybe you can get back up in Division 1, not just as a reserve, but as a full-timer next season. But now I'm going to go back to Will saying that the patch really changed the game for him and for the better. Do you say that it did the same for you?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it made things a little bit easier, probably under like attraction zones. But overall, the handling, I don't think for me, it's affected it too much. I don't think it was as hard for me to adapt from last year's game, but I mean, not to say it's different. It's definitely way different, but I don't know. It wasn't as big a shock.
Okay, so Dace is saying that they had 5 safety cars in that race, so that'll in Division 2. So we'll.
Who ended up?
I'm not sure. I have no clue. For a while there, I was asking everyone, but it's a little bit too much to do to kind of rip through every division and try and find everyone to say. But yeah, I'm not sure. So hopefully it's beneficial for you. Not to play favorites.
I mean, division. I hope so, but
you are a Canadian, so I gotta support that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, but anywho, best of luck. We'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll see you in Division 1 next season as well.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, man.
All right. Anything less to say from anyone? Any shoutouts? Anyone watching this stream that you'd like to say hi to? No.
Congrats, Dace, on the D2 win. I don't know. That's about it, really.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. The more you know. So there we go. But yeah, good stuff, guys. I'll be talking to you soon. Good luck in Wanza for you Division 1 guys, as I won't see you until the week after in Portimao.
Stinky
Thank you.
Crash.
Bye bye, guys.
All right, see ya, man. Thank you.
No worries.
See ya.
All right. Well, that is all she wrote for the interviews. Like I said, next week we will be in Monza. Autodrome Nacional. Monza is a very fun and very quick track. Unfortunately, Jacko had to jump out. If you didn't hear that, that was him piecing. So, thanks for everyone tuning in. Appreciate all the support. Wouldn't be the same without everyone that comes in from time to time. So, enjoy your Thursday. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you back next week, Wednesday. 6 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Go check out our YouTube, our Instagram, our Twitter. Yeah, everything the usual. Thank you very much for tuning in. Stay safe and good night.